Hi. My stuff. Hello, hello guys. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Hey Krista, how are you? Alright. I think my makeup always gets all over my camera on my phone. I'm crooked. Crooked. Hey Peggy. How are you, friend? Marilyn and John is just finishing up. Thank you, Krista girl. I hope your appointment went well today. I forgot my brushes. I am not prepared today, you guys. I'm not prepared at all. Okay. Oh goodness. Krista, how's the weather up there? Is it warming up for you? It's a beautiful day here today. A little windy, but it is beautiful. The dogs are going to be making all kinds of noise, you guys. All right, let me pull myself up. I feel all out of sorts today. There we go. The floor behind me is dirty. All right. Hello guys. When you pop on, say hello so I can say hello back. If you're new to my page, I am Janice with J-Will Creations. I am in the Stand Tall Crafting group this evening. It is 7 o'clock Central Time. I just got done having dinner, like literally got done having dinner and came running in here. Oh, it's 55 there. Ooh, yeah, I'm not sure what the temperature is here, but it's windy, but the sun is shining and it was a beautiful day. Kind of, you know, sucked to be stuck at work, but that's how it goes. That's, you know, adulting. But yeah, so I feel like I have food on my face and all the things because I had spaghetti. It's what I made for dinner and fed all the people. So I'm going to do a couple things tonight. So first of all, you guys know, oh, I have everything everywhere. I made the tray to start off with on a live. Was it a consultation for your oral surgery? Okay. Hey Bernice, how are you? Oral surgery is no fun, but tooth pain is no fun. Sometimes it's better just to do it and be out of the pain. Anyway, so I made the tray, then we decorated the bird cage, and then I had the little creamer thing. I was gonna sit here, and then I was gonna do, without all of that, my plan was to figure out the floating bit here. So a couple things. I'm too scared to do the whole floating thing. And my dogs, my big dogs, I had this sitting back here. One of them came through with their tail. Thanks for sprinkling, Bernice. Knocked it off and broke the handle off. I have the handle, however, it's around here somewhere. It's in multiple pieces, so there's no way of reattaching it and like making it look nice. So since I'm too scared to do the floating bit anyway, I am going to, I think I'm just going to forego that. Oh, there's a piece. Yeah, so there's some of it's missing. I think I'm going to go ahead and just decorate this creamer with the flowers. And then because I had so much fun making this bottle, and actually when I had it sitting back here out of my way, I had this sitting here on it, and I thought it really looks so very pretty. But I love this bottle, and hey, Carol Ruth, as selfish as it sounds, I really want to keep this for myself. And this tray set is, like I said, a gift for somebody. So I have another bottle. My husband picked this up at the Goodwill. He paid maybe $2.99 for it. So I thought I would decorate that to sit here, and it'll still be 3 pieces. You know, you have to have everything in odd numbers. So my plan is to get this finished this evening. Make sure I said hello to everybody. My comments are being weird, of course. So there we go. All right, thanks for sprinkling, Carol. I don't know if I said that or not. Okay, I think I said hi to everybody. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is, when you look at this straight on, the bird's head is cut off and it's driving me nuts. And that's because, let's set this over here out of the way. It's because I put the saucer on a little thimble and it's just raised up too high, and I thought I could live with it, but I can't. So we're gonna pluck this out of here, attempt to pluck it out. And I'm going to fix that because it's making me crazy every time I look at it, and I want the head to be seen. So we're gonna take that out and pull the spool. Did I say thimble? It's a spool, a thread spool. And of course we're going to save that because we'll use it on something else. I should probably turn on the glue. Like I said, you guys, I am not prepared at all. I did not sleep well last night. And my brain, I think, with my daughter graduating next month, and I just got so much I need to do. It's kind of hard to get my brain to shut down at night, and I'm stressing about all the stuff that I need to do, and then finding the energy to do it all is a whole nother story. All right, so we're gonna pull this off. So what I'm gonna use instead, because I don't want this flush, I do want it raised up a little bit so the flowers are still all around it. So I grabbed some of the little baby Jenga blocks. Hey, Queen Bees, Bits and Bobbles, how are ya? So I thought I would sit them in there and give that a look and see if it's better. No, it's still, well, I still don't like it. It still cuts his head off. So let's, I guess, just try to sit it in there, sitting on top of the flower stems. Maybe they'll raise it up just enough that it looks the way I want it to and not cut the bird's head off. Okay. Actually, it does. Let me turn it around. I know you guys are kind of at a weird angle, so let me hold it up. So that is much better. I'm going to have to try to kind of smush it a little bit when I put the glue in, but that is much better. I don't want the bird's head to be cut off. All right, so let's move that. I have got so much stuff in here, all the stuff on my table back there. I have so many things that I need to put in their home. I mean, I made that bunny flower arrangement to go downstairs next to my fireplace because it'll look really cute down there, but I never go downstairs. So I hated to take it down there when I don't go down there and I won't get to enjoy it. I have several gifts back there that I made for people. I need to get out of here. I am just running out of space. Okay. Let's see, is this hot yet? Not yet. So what's everybody been up to today? Anything exciting happening in your guys' world? Hey Debbie, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Is everybody ready for the Easter weekend? I contemplated doing an Easter craft today, but I really, like I said, I'm running out of space. I need to get my unfinished projects finished and get them out of here so I can make room for other things. I'm going to push this nest down in here a little bit more, I think, too. Oh, speaking of nest, something exciting. So I work in the office I work at is in a strip mall. Walmart's on one end, Target's on the other, and several businesses in between. But our parking lot is huge. And there has been 2 geese just hanging out in the parking lot. And so my coworkers and I, we were talking like, why are these geese just hanging out here? Shouldn't they be flying with their flock somewhere? So we Googled it, and it said that usually 2 geese will form a bond. And if one is ill or, something's going on with it, the pair will stay together. Or it could be, that maybe one is about to have a baby. So sure enough, it's so funny. Hey, Katrina, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you, girl? Great Cliffs is a couple of doors. 2 doors? No. 1 or 2 doors down from us. Maybe they're next door. I don't know. But they have one of those little like teepee signs that they set out in the parking lot. And there's a little grassy area in the parking lot where like the managers like put flowers and whatnot. But they have their little teepee stand, and it's probably only 3.5 foot tall, that's sitting in that grassy area. And sure enough, we came to work the other day, and one of the geese has a big old nest built underneath that, and she's been sitting under there. So I was joking with my coworkers today, and I called my boss. I said, you're never going to believe it. We're going to have green geese. There's going to be geese babies out there. And she laughed so hard. So I'm excited to see that. And I'm happy to know, because we were a little worried, like I said, because when we Googled it, it said that sometimes if one of them is ill and, can't fly, then the pair will stay together. So I was happy to see that, clearly it was just because there was a baby on the way, and they're not sick. So I can't wait. I hope that, I don't know if they will take the babies and move it along or what they do. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to try to push this down there in that glue. I don't know how well that's going to hold. I'm going to push really hard. So that's exciting. That's my exciting news for the week. I've been working outside in my flower beds that we got put in the flower field. So I'm excited for that. I broke 2 of my nails, my thumbnails, of course. Okay, so I'm liking that better. But I do think I'm going to have to put some, yeah, that's not, oh, it is sticking, okay. I'm just not giving it enough time to dry. I'm impatient. Hey, Michelle, how are ya? Okay, let's see. Whoop. So I have been able to catch everybody in today's event. Several I've kind of been watching quietly because I was at work today, so I was watching quietly, but everybody's done a phenomenal job. And of course, Marilyn and her stories. I just love hearing Marilyn and John tell all their stories. It's fantastic. Alright, is it drying? Nope, still not dry. It's taking a long time. Probably because the plate is retaining the heat, I'm guessing. I can actually feel it coming through the plate. You're probably going to hear some kiddos coming through because some of them still have to eat yet. Like I said, I made spaghetti. I've been wanting spaghetti for such a long time. I know, Krista. I don't know, like, if they will just take them and go in hiding or if they'll stay out there. I can't believe that they were there to begin with. Like I said, it's, it's a big parking lot and there's several shopping stores and there's Walmart and Target, so it's not like the traffic is minimal. There's cars constantly in and out, and I will just tell you, they give no cares. Like, before she was under that little stand thing on her little nest, they would sit right out like in the aisle when you would be pulling up with your car and you'd have to like sit there and wait for them to move so you could park. They didn't care. It was like, it's their world and we're all just living in it. All right, so I am going to take a little bit of this around each side. Just to make sure it's really attached in there. So that flower got smushed. There we go. Okay. I don't really have anything to attach to there. It looks, I got a naked spot back here. I got to add something in there. Let me find, well, I'm going to find something. I think we'll just take a little bunch of these white ones out of here. Oh Lord, I've taken off with my scissors. I can't blame it on the kids. I know it was me. I was using them to open seed packets, I think. Can't blame the kids this time. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. It's not naked no more. Okay. This is kind of wobbly, but I mean, it is attached, so I don't think I have to worry about it falling. All right, moving on. Yeah, that's much better. I know, again, you guys are at a weird angle because I've changed the way my tripod is set up. Okay, so I wonder, actually, so I have the creamer and the bowl. The creamer's cute, but that fits right down inside of there. All right, we're gonna bring back the tray for a second. Let me see. Tell me what you guys think. So this would be the bowl. Try not to knock it over. And then a decorated bottle. Or the creamer. Which one would you guys use? What do you think? And I tried to find a silver rub and buff because this does have gold trimming on it. So I was going to try to take my silver rub and buff and go over that. You know, it really doesn't matter. It's kind of a eclectic, vintage, you know, whatever. So I'm not too concerned about it, but I can't find it. It's here somewhere. Okay, so what do you guys think? The bowl or the creamer dish? Okay. Hi Angie, how are you? Thanks for sprinkling. Move this out of the way. I'm gonna move this because we know we can't use that. All right, well, nobody has an opinion, I get. Oh, the creamer, okay. All right, Christy, you win. So we'll have to cut this down. This sounds terrible when you cut it. It would sound terrible, but it is messy. All right, stick that in there. Get all this out of my way. Not that, we need you. Okay. Now I am gonna go ahead and put some glue on the bottom here, just to hold on to it. I think what I better do actually is go ahead and get this primed. So if you guys are just hopping on, hey, done by me, be sure to go over to the Stand Tall Crafting group and like and follow that page. Check out the rest of the creators from today. Give them a like and follow as well. It is always appreciated. And then if you guys are not already following my page, I would appreciate a follow as well. I do have a Telegram link to my featured section, so that way when I go live, you'll know, because I do send out a telegram. My schedule is kind of sporadic all over the place because I have a million kids, so I'm inconsistent when I go live. But I do always send out a telegram. I also have a YouTube channel. Right now, the only thing you'll find on YouTube is past lives from Facebook. I have to check on, they have different rules and criteria over there on like when you can go live and how you can do things. I don't know much about YouTube. I am a creature of habit. I don't do well with change. So the thought of like trying to learn all this stuff over there and figure it out just gives me anxiety by itself. So I'm sure eventually I will spend some time learning, but not in the immediate future. What?
I'm getting steps with today after the truck.
Oh, okay. But yes, if you would like to subscribe to me over there, I would appreciate that as well. Okay. And I still have not bought baby wipes. Goodness. Let's see here. Hey, Jonah, will you do me a big favor, kiddo?
Yeah.
Will you get a paper towel in the kitchen and get it wet with some warm water and just a little drop of dish soap on it and bring it to me? There's a little bit of residue left here where the sticker was, so I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit. I don't know if that's going to matter a whole lot, but I'm going to try. I wonder. Got this razor, I can try to scrape some of it off. Yep, that's actually working pretty good too. Probably should have got that all prepped before I came live. Like I said, I just was not prepared today, you guys. I am so sorry. Alright. My comments keep stopping, and then I have to go out and back in, and then I see more. Thank you, kiddo. Okay. That is doing it. Okay. Anyhow, so are you guys doing big Easter dinners? Do you guys celebrate with family? What has everybody got going on this weekend? I will cook. And we'll have our grown-up kids will probably come over. But that's about it. And then I'll do, you know, a little Easter egg hunt for the littles. Okay. Well, it was working, but now it's not. So let's go back to this. There we go. Michelle, I don't know if you're still on here or not, but you have, can you do a giant Easter egg hunt? It's just two chickens. Michelle, if I remember right, I think I remember you saying that you do a giant Easter egg hunt for your grandbabies. Alright, just about got it. You guys, I'm going to attempt to put a napkin on this instead of rice paper is what I used on the other one. So my littles, my youngest, or our youngest daughter, she will be 10 on the 22nd of this month. But then I will have, my niece will be here, and she is 5. And then my other niece just turned 8. There we go. All right, now we're in business. So it'll just be the 3 little girls that do the Easter egg hunt. Yeah, that's what I thought, Michelle, was you do a lot. So the way I do our Easter egg hunt for our kids, you know, it used to be, well, and years ago when I was married to my ex-husband, I had bonus kids, you know, that he had before me when we got together, and then nieces and nephews and all of that. And it was always a fight, you know, this kid got more eggs than the other, and it ended up always being a big deal. So then I started assigning each kid a color. And so then I just kind of carried that tradition through. You know, I will tell one kid, oh, yours are light pink, and the other you have orange, you have blue, you have yellow, and then I would hide the same amount of each color of eggs, and then that way everybody was happy. Everybody was happy. I think, and especially now because we have so many kids, it's, if I hear it's not fair one more time, I might lose my mind. So I try to do everything as fair as I can. Let's see. We posted on our page, John, in his bunny costume hiding stuff. Oh, I'm going to have to go back and look at that. I have got this spot on my thumb. It's itching me to death. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So, I'm going to use my Dixie Belle, grind this up real quick. Oh my goodness, maybe if I can get it open. Cover your ears for a second. Oh, where's that husband when you need him? And he's not on here for me to tell him to come help. Oh my goodness. I'm glad this isn't a glass bottle. Oh, there we go. Man. Ooh-wee. Okay. So, I think the last time I did it, I used one of the rectangle foam brushes. And I think I'm going to prefer to use one of these to try and give it a little bit more texture, even though I am going to go over this with, you know, regular paint, because this is just that Dixie Belle Bonding Boss primer. But the other foam brushes, I felt like you could see the brush strokes. And I also kind of feel like this is going on thicker. I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to work with a napkin on here because the bottle, you know, it is curved around and tapered down at the bottom. So we will see if I can manipulate it just right. I've got a couple of napkins pulled out here. I'm going to have you guys help me. Neither one of them match, you know, 100%, but that's kind of what I'm going for with this, is that it's just really eclectic mix of everything. because the woman I'm giving this to, for those of you that didn't catch me when I did the tray, she does a tea party every year in honor of her mother who passed away. And she, you know, decorates it up and with all different like teapots and cups, and it's a very eclectic mix that she has for the decorating. So I think it'll be just fine that it's not super matchy-matchy. I'm sorry if I'm missing comments. Like I said, I gotta keep going out and back in. The two little chihuahuas growling at each other. I think they're fighting over the spot on the couch. So this weekend, on top of Easter, I have got to get my butt in gear and get stuff going for my daughter's graduation party. She is being very picky about what she wants. She is a girly girl, and you know, she doesn't want just the regular old graduation decorations that you can get from like Party City or, you know, whatever. She wants centerpieces and flowers and all the girly things. So I've got to get myself in gear for that. She sent me a Pinterest board with all her inspiration photos. Ooh, Bernice, you've been busy too. Hey, Dina. She is outside with her dad, I think. So he just bought a picnic table to put out back by the kids' new basketball court that we had poured a couple weeks ago out back, because they used to play basketball at the end of our driveway, and our driveway is kind of on a slope. Oh, thanks for the stars, Dina. And our street is a busier street, and so we just weren't real comfortable with, you know, them playing at the end of the driveway so close to the busy road and having the ball roll out there and all that good stuff. So my husband had concrete poured a slab out back so they could play basketball safely out there. And so then he went today and bought a picnic table from Lowe's to be able to sit out there, you know, because we have teenagers and they have boyfriends and girlfriends and all of those things. So that way, when the boys are out there playing, the girls can sit at the picnic table and watch the boys, or, you know, do all that stuff. Okay. So I think that will be good. I think I better go ahead and go all the way up. I had a plan for that, but I don't know. We'll see. So might as well cover it. Let's see. Lynette, I thought I seen you pop on here. Hello, my dear, if you were still here. How are ya? You're back home now, I do believe, aren't you? I'm going to avoid the top. The top does not need it. Alright. Looks almost good enough for me. Get a couple of spots there. Dina, I know you asked for where my daughter was the last couple of times I've been on, so I'm gonna have to make it a point to have her come on with me on Monday. She does not have school Monday, so she won't have homework Monday night. So we should be able to do that. She has been just honestly not making good use of her time at school, is what her teacher said. So she's had homework quite a bit here lately. So she won't have school Monday, so she won't have homework. All right, I'm gonna set that aside and let it dry and do its thing. And we'll go ahead and come back and decorate our little creamer up. I am always so afraid I'm gonna spill that whole thing all over my wood floor. Okay. Yeah, that is a lot of eggs to fill, Bernice and Michelle. Holy moly. This razor out of the way. Don't need to be cutting myself. And maybe those. All right, creamer, here it is. All right, so.
You know the big rulers that Dad bought?
The big ruler? Yes, it's right here. Dina just asked where you were. Do you want to come say hi to everybody real quick?
My hair's really messy, but okay.
That's all right. She said her hair's messy, but
Hello.
that's okay.
I
There
have
she
that
is.
big ruler from my father.
Okay.
It's almost taller than me.
It is.
Beautiful.
Thank you. All right, you can go help your dad. Dina said hi.
I'll tell her I said hi back.
Alright, I'm just gonna put these in and around. Oh, that one's missing. I don't like the stick with nothing on it. So, I have been planting outside. I have got to get, I bought the bird netting to go over my flower beds for a couple of them. I swear, when I was out there putting the seeds in, my house sits next to a field. I don't know if any of you have seen the pictures I posted. When I was putting the seeds in the ground, I turned and looked at the field, and I swear there was like, it had to be at least a dozen or more birds over there. I felt like they were just watching and waiting for me to leave so they could come and eat all my seeds. So if I don't have any flowers come up, I can't say that I'll be surprised, because I really feel like they were scoping me out. I really think they were. And I've come to the conclusion that I want a greenhouse, the little miniature greenhouse, so I can start some seeds way ahead of time. I've never planted in the ground like that, just seeds. And they're so tiny. Some of them are just so tiny. And a lot of you might already know and be thinking, well, what'd you think? What were you expecting? But I tell you what, I was not expecting the seeds to be as tiny as they were. And it's really quite painstaking when you're trying to put, 2 seeds into the ground and you can't, oh, Lynette, thank you. You can't even see the seeds from the ground. It was a challenge. So I did start a couple in my garage, a couple of trays, and I put some Lysianthus, which again, for those of you that are gardeners, I am not. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just learning. Apparently Lysianthus you're supposed to start, like I should have started those in January. And yes, Dina, they were so tiny. I should have started them in January. And so I don't know if it's gonna pan out or not. We'll see. But I do have a couple of teensy tiny little sprouts popping up, so I'm super excited about that. I have grown a vegetable garden in the past. It's been several years, but I wasn't going to do any fruits or veggies this year, but my 14-year-old son, I had made him go to Menards with me to pick up some stuff the other day, and he talked me into getting some cantaloupe and cucumber seeds. So we did do that, and those are in the garage under the lights as well. And I am like shocked about the green beans, or not the green beans, the cucumbers. How, like, they are probably already about 2 inches tall. So I have to decide where I'm going to put them out outside, because like I said, I wasn't planning on doing that. So yeah, I have to designate a spot for that. Oh, thank you, Lynette. You're so sweet. I hope you're doing well, friend. One of these days, I would love to make it over to see you in person and give you a big old hug. For those of you guys that don't know, Lynette and I think we're actually... Lynette, how far are you from Springfield? Are you like 45 minutes or is it an hour? I'm trying to think. It's been so long since I've been over there. Maybe it might even be closer to an hour and a half. I don't know. But we are not that far. Definitely could make the drive. Okay, so I think that's cute. All right. Bring this back over. All right. Now when I get done with this evening, I will make sure it stays up here on my table so my dogs don't come running through and break this one like they did the small one. Alright, this feels, oh, there's a wet spot. Pretty good and dry, mostly. Hello, Mary. It's so funny because the comments up there, I can see more than down here. Anytime, gal. I know, Lynette. I'm going to need to do that. Most definitely. So I have some more planting to do this weekend also, as long as the rest of my seeds come in. So far I have Lisianthus, lavender, some zinnias, and some cosmos. You guys, I really bit off probably way more than I can chew because, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. So we're just gonna figure it out as we go. I'm planting basil, not to use to cook with. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I've never cooked with fresh herbs like that. But I am doing my sunflower field, and somebody I was watching on YouTube, they sell sunflower bouquets, and they use basil. They let it come to a flowering stage, and they use it as a filler, and it looks really pretty. So that's why I'm doing the basil. I have some dahlias that are on their way. Trying to think. I know I'm missing something. And then I think I have just a couple of like spring mix that I bought. It's called a scatter can, and it just had a bunch of, and Rudbeckia. But the scatter can had just a bunch of different stuff in it. And you guys, my husband, he's so, God love him. He is my biggest supporter. I don't know if you guys haven't seen what I posted on my page, you will have to go and look. I'm pretty sure I posted the truck on there. He went and bought an old 1940s truck, antique truck, and parked it on the edge of the property so that way I can grow some wildflowers around it. And no, thank you, Lynette. The bottle is pretty. So I could plant wildflowers around it, and then if I can make this garden actually grow and do like a cut flower field for people to come, it'll be a nice little photo spot for people. And I will look. I'm pretty sure I posted the old truck. If I did not post the old truck when we're done here, I will go. I'll make sure it's posted so you guys can see it. It is so cool. Okay, so I am going to just paint this with the Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster. I don't want it, I was going to do like a pink or something, but I think I just wanted it to be white. And since I am going to use a napkin on this, I really need to make sure that the background is nice and just solid light color, so that way my napkin can show through. And I better pick up my pace here a little bit because it's already 7:43. I swear, if any of you that do lives, you can probably attest to this. You get on here to do lives and then it's like the time just goes. It's like on fast forward. You're okay. Going out back. dogs are out there barking at her. She's probably out there on the trampoline. Sometimes they will jump up on that trampoline with her. It's so funny. Hi, Darlene. Michelle. Being against
I
the
don't
door.
expect Dad to know how I'm gonna get this to the door.
Guys, give me just a second.
With the dog.
What is he sending you for?
The back of the truck.
Oh, this is for the back of the truck? Okay. Use your muscles, girl.
I'm
You
trying.
see this, you guys? Look at her go. Oh my goodness. All right, you're lift it up over the gate.
Over the gate.
Yep, I would lift it up that way. Yep, and then you can take a break and then slide it. There you go. Got it? All right. Her dad's putting her to work.
Yeah, I know.
Putting her to work.
Ow. Ow. I'm shuffling over here. Basketball player, like shuffling against the court.
Okay.
Door. I just need the thing of when to open the door. I just haven't turned that through on live.
Did you hear her? She's like, I just had to carry that all through Mom's live. Real life, people. I gave up trying to, like, you know, have all the perfectly quiet background and, you know, all that stuff. Basically, after my very first live. I am coming up on 1 year since I had my page. I will have to go back and look to see when I did my actual very first live. Because I had my page for quite a long time before I actually did my first live. I was too afraid. Too afraid. Alright, one more little spot down here. So that old truck that he bought is I think it was an actual produce truck. It has the big, like, wood slat sides and the wood bed in the back. And the wood in the back is no good. So he went today and he bought wood to put in the back. And it was just a little too short because it's a pretty long bed. So he's going to apparently use that piece of wood he just sent her after to fill in the spot. All right, so for the sake of time, I do want this to be a little bit more better, I guess, in a couple of spots. But I'm going to kind of go ahead and dry what we got so I can at least try to get the napkin on before I run out of time. Oh, it's not on there. I will post it, Lynette. I was thinking I did, but I know I posted a picture of all my different areas that I have. Yeah, the truck is very cool. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? So yeah, when we're done here, I will definitely go back. I know that it's on my personal page, but I thought I put it on my other page too. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I'm excited too. I hope that I can make them grow. I don't know if you just popped on or not. And if so, you probably didn't hear me saying that when I was planting everything that there were birds in the field. They were eyeballing me when I was planting, so I've got to get some hoops and nets put over my flower beds so that way they don't eat all my seeds. And the pumpkins too. Yep, I need to break out the calendar and count back my days, but I think I need to get the bulk of my pumpkins planted by the end of May. And then I think for half of my sunflowers, I'll get them in maybe the middle of May. I think I had it worked out where I do 3 different successions, like middle of May, middle of June, and depending on how those 2 go, I might be able to do a middle of the July, and also depending on our weather. They probably still, I know, Krista, I know, they probably did. They probably did. So, and you guys know I've only done that one other bottle. So this is kind of doing a crackle effect naturally. I don't know if you can see. The lighting is terrible. Probably, maybe a little bit right there. And I'm okay with that because, like I said, this is, you know, kind of a real eclectic, old little vignette, I guess. Would this be called a vignette? They will eat them too. It happened to me a year ago. Yeah, so for the pumpkins, I think what I'm going to do is go and buy a bunch of tulle. And I'm going to cover the pumpkin rows, because I'm not doing mounds, I'm doing rows. I'm going to take some tulle and lay down until they get big enough that they'll be kind of out of jeopardy. I've seen somebody on the YouTube do that. They did that with flowers too, but I actually bought the hoops and the netting for my flowers. Okay, so now I know this does not have any yellow in it, but I have this napkin. I thought I could kind of cut around and do that on here. What does this have on it? That's got a little bit of yellow. So, I mean, they're not the same flowers. None of them are the same. Hey, girl. How are you, Sarah? All right. Otherwise, I have this one to go here. All right. So, what do you think? 1 or 2? 1 or 2? I love you too. I'm thinking, I think I'm going to go with this one just because with this, I think I would really have to get more fussy with it because this, oh, I don't know. Because of the stems, but then again, it does have a white background, so it would kind of blend in with the bottle. You love the more colorful. You think 2. All right, I need a tiebreaker. Tiebreaker. 1 or 2. All right, 2 it is. We've got 2 2s. So we're going to go with that. All right, sorry, Jennifer. I mean, they both would probably look really pretty, but all right. So I've got my handy dandy water pen. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this first before I separate my plies. Just so that way it's not quite as delicate. And I am definitely going to run out of time. So for that, I am sorry, but I will get as much done here as I can. And I appreciate you guys being here with me this evening. It really does mean a lot to me. That just little old me that you guys do come and hang out with me. And of all the other things you could be doing or watching, you're here with me. And like I said, if you're not already following my page, please do so. And if you catch this video on a replay, let me know in the comments. I try not to pay a whole lot of attention to the numbers on Facebook, but I did pull it up and looked the other day, and it said that I actually lost some followers. So I know that Facebook is good about, you know, just unfollowing people. So I hope that it was that and not people not liking me. No, I'm kidding. I realize I'm not for everybody, and there are a ton of people out there. Oh, I didn't grab my glue. Hold on. There are a ton of crafters and creators out there, and there just really isn't enough time in the day to watch and to, you know, support everybody as much as I'm sure most people would like to. Alright, I'm separating my plies here. This was a 3-ply. Okay, so let's hold this up and see what we're thinking. Okay, so the cracks are on this side, and believe it or not, I do think I actually like them. So I am going to put the cracks on the front. Now this napkin is a little bit of a wonky shape, so I think I'll start at the top. I'm probably just going to do a little bit as I go. Because it is curved, I can't, I mean, other people might be able to, but I'm not going to be able to do the iron-on method, obviously, with this being glass, and it's curved, and okay. Up after me is Carol Ruth with Carol Ruth's Creation Station. So be sure when I'm done here that you guys just hop out and then refresh your page, and she will be on. I'm sure she's got something fantastic up her sleeve. Everybody has had great projects today. And that's the fantastic thing about these groups, you guys, is that everybody does things so different, you know, different methods, different tastes, different projects. I mean, you're always going to get something a little different each time. I've got about 4 minutes. I think I've got just enough time to get this on here. Alright. I don't mind a few wrinkles, especially right here in the petals. I mean, flower petals tend to, you know, be a little ruffly, so that's okay. I'm going to be very careful when I go over the top. I was nervous about doing this with a napkin because honestly I felt like when I did that other bottle, the rice paper went on the glass so fantastic, but napkins are so finicky and delicate. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to go, but I knew that since this bottle is curved, that a napkin would probably, oop, and I ripped it. A napkin is forgiving in the sense that, like, I just tore that there, that I can kind of very carefully push it back together and it'll hide the tear. Whereas with rice paper, I don't know that I would be able to, I would have to worry about like lining it up better, I think. For me, anyway. Okay. All right, so we got it on there. That looks really very pretty. All right, and I will go back and I will do a sealer. I'll probably take this same Craft Smart. I'm trying to use this up. I'll probably take that same thing and go back and seal the whole bottle. But I wanted to show you guys, where did I put it? Okay. My husband grabbed this for me from the Goodwill. It's a giant wine glass, but he bought it because it had all these corks in here. And so I think, oh, I'll have to shave one down maybe. But I love how this flower turned out on top of this one. So I thought I would go ahead. I guess I don't, yeah, I think I do want the cork. I don't know. Put that on top of there as well. And then I have 1 minute left. Okay, I've got this bling wrap. I'm going to take this bling wrap and put on here. And I will be sure, I am going to get this finished up. I will post a picture of it all together because like I said, this is a gift for somebody and I've got to get it done and get it to her. So again, I appreciate you guys being here with me this evening. It does mean a lot. Be sure to join the Stand Tall Crafting group. Go back and catch the other creators that were on today. And I will see you guys next time. You guys have a great rest of your night and a happy Easter. And I hope you guys enjoy time with your family. I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you guys.